busy. 3 p.m. on a Sunday. Shouldn't y'all be at home? We are back in the car, so you know what that means. It is another workout day. Today I'm going to take you guys through a full glute burn day. You're going to feel so sorry when I'm able to walk the next day. Let's go get all warmed up and let's start the workout. So we have made it to the gym. It took me a hot 30 minutes to figure out how to plug in these mics, but I finally got it figured out. And now it's time for our creatine and pre. So typically I take 2 tablets before and then 2 tablets after. And then this is the little shot of pre that I'm taking today. And this is take your regular pre, but it's a lot more concentrated. So I like to take this after my dynamic stretching and typically when I'm doing my first set because it hits and it hits hard. So we're just gonna start doing some nice dynamic stretching. So just because a girl has some tight hips, we're gonna do some pigeon pose just to kind of loosen up the hips for our glute day today. Pulling it in one position, I will just kind of go more back and forth on it just to loosen up a little bit more, you feel me? I don't think it was the brightest idea to wear a t-shirt with my mic because now it's in a really awkward position, but we're gonna make do with what we got. And then just a little bit more to open up our groin area. Awesome. And now we're gonna do some 90-90s for our hips. And for our adductors, just nice butterfly pose. Okay. And now for everyone's favorite, we're gonna do some leg swings. You guys already know my freaking stretch routine is gonna be the same one pretty much every video, but we're gonna go back and forth and side to side. I'm thinking 50 to 20 on each side. So for our first exercise, we're going to be doing some hip thrusts. However, before that, glute activation. Quads and hamstrings are still a little bit sore. So just so that I don't feel those are do my hip thrusts, I'm going to do some activation for my glutes. I like to take a little band and just do some kickbacks. Can you see that? Do some single leg kickbacks. Just so I don't feel it in my quads or hamstrings instead, but also foot placement is important when doing them as well. We're gonna get into that when I actually start my workout. So we finished our first set of many more to come. And now I think it's time to hit up the pre-workout. I'm gonna drink half of this because I'm not trying to run the floor down back yet. This is anything. I will be feeling it soon. Okay, let's talk foot placement. So pretty general rule to follow is that the closer in your feet are going to be, the more tension it's going to put on your quads. The further out there, the more your glutes and your hamstrings that it's going to hit, right? Think about it like a leg press. The more up your feet are, the more they're going to target this part, but then the closer in they are, the more you're using your quads to push, right? And if you're feeling super spicy, what you can do, I gotta put more weight on this, what am I doing? I'm thinking some solid 25. First, doing a wide-legged hip thrust for about 10 reps. And then supersetting that with narrow-legged hip thrust, and it just hits a whole other part of your glutes. And it hurts so bad, but it's so worth it. And for those like to go till failure, and that is our first exercise. Done and ready. Well, it is freaking busy. It's like 3 p.m. on a Sunday. Shouldn't y'all be at home? But we are going to do some kickbacks. You can't even see what I'm doing, but I'm just clicking on the little thing. Okay, that's not right. Hips are when you're hitting kickbacks. If you want to target gluteus maximus, you're simply going to kick back. You're just going to kick back because you're putting all the tension on the back of your glutes. However, if you want to target the glute med, which is the top of your glute, you're going to do it on an angle. Imagine is that there's 4 corners in a box, right? Corner 1, 2, 3, and 4. With your right foot, you're going to go from corner 1 to corner 4 diagonally, keeping your foot pointed outwards on the right. And then just kick back, girl. There you go. Can you see that? Oh, yeah. There you go. Nice and simple. For your left foot, corner 1, 2, 3, 4, but that's from corner 2 to corner 3. Yeah. Keeping your toes pointed outwards on the left side. And just like that. If you find it's too easy, go up in weight. You find it's too hard, you go up in weight and then you drop set that. Simple. Okay, pause. I realized you couldn't see my feet. I was just talking, but there was no visual, so we're gonna bring the camera angle down here. I'm actually gonna go in weight because this is an easy peasy weight. We're not about that life. Go hard or go home. So I'm gonna go to a solid 12.5. On the right side, pointed right, corner 1 to corner 4, and then just kicking back. If you're having some trouble feeling it, hold a little bit at the top and keep that tension on your glutes. However, you can also do the variation where you're just kicking back with your feet for that glute activation, but you are going to feel that in your glute max instead. Now we are on to some step ups. I am going to be doing it traditionally with the box and dumbbell situation. I typically do like to do it on the Smith machine just because it's kind of a no-brainer how you don't have to focus on balance. You kind of just focus on your glutes. Right now I want to switch it up, you know? So I grabbed a nice, easy, simple 10-pounder. Have the weight in your hand you're going to do on the same leg. Push up. And then really focus on your weight down. Just so you keep attention on your glutes. You should be feeling it right under your booty cheeks. I like to do it more against the wall because then I have more of a balance if I need to hold on to it so I don't fall over and crack my skull open, you know? However, if you are going to be doing it more against the wall, don't try to use this as like a stabilizer that... You can't even see me. Don't try to use the wall as kind of your support when coming up. Like, don't solely focus on that. Really try to focus on the glute, but just make sure that you have this more for stability purposes while you're trying to keep your balance, but not solely relying on this to get you up. These are our step ups. We're gonna be doing some hack squats. You might be asking yourself, Isabella, why are we hitting quads on a glute day? I want you to imagine a chart, and let's say that you're hitting quads at the start of the week, glutes and quads, okay? Your quads is going to go up and then it's going to die down throughout the week because you're not hitting them. Split is glutes and quads, glutes and hamstrings, and then just plain glutes. You're going to hit glutes and quads. You're going to do like an upper body day. Then you're going to hit glutes, maybe like one quad movement. Then you're still hitting a little bit of your quads. That pattern is just going to keep going throughout the week instead of just going in a really high peak and then dying down. And that's where I noticed the most growth in my legs as well. Of course, I'm not telling you to go all out and hit like major legs every single day, but I am telling you to incorporate small movements like that, or some movements that are gonna hit, let's say, both your quads and your glutes. So like lunges, split squats. However, I don't find that is efficient enough. So personally, I like to just hit like one quad movement, do a few sets, hamstring movement, calves if we're feeling it. If we're not, then no, I'm kidding. You gotta do your calves too. But that's personally what I like to incorporate into. Like, I like to have a day that's more biased towards a certain part of my leg, but then still incorporating those small movements. So we're going to be doing some hack squats, heel elevated hack squats. I guess goblet squats on the Smith. I actually haven't tried this before, heel elevated ones. So I haven't tried heel elevated ones, so I guess that no, I don't like that. We're not doing that. Okay, we're just gonna do, I gotta add weight on it. Let's add 20 first. Okay. I didn't like that at all, so we're just gonna do plain old hack squats and call it a day. So, chest out, arms down. You see that? You're gonna flex your core. Then you're gonna go down. You can even forget to see me. Okay, and then just come back up. If you have to adjust, like I said, 20 times, you're gonna adjust 20 times. Okay, now we're talking. Okay. Y'all, it is still so busy. I don't even know what time it is, but. Okay, 25 was a little too ambitious, and that is fine. We're gonna go down a little bit in weight. No shame in that. Not feeling my quads, so I need to lower the weight so I can actually feel them. I feel like that's the one thing that I did before as well, is I would load up the weight. Technically, I get the weight up, but my lower back would be overcompensating and I wouldn't actually feel the muscle I was working. Like in hip thrusts, it's better to lower the weight and do less weight, but actually feel your glutes than putting on a lot of weight, using momentum to get it up, and then not feeling your glutes. Yeah, there we go. Now I can better have a mind-muscle connection with my quad and adjust as needed, and I don't feel my lower back either. And then this is our quad movement, and now it's on to our hamstrings. Now last but not, oh wow, this is going to be adjusted. But last but not least, we're finishing off with some seated leg curls, hamstring curls, whatever floats your boat. So personally, this is my last or second last exercise before calves, which I mean, I'm gonna go out on calves, not really. So this is like kind of my last finisher to really just get a good leg pump. I'm gonna start off nice and easy with 70. Now we're going up. 85. 3. Again, the reason as to why I'm doing hamstrings on a glute day as well is, imagine a chart, right? If you're hitting hamstrings once a week, it's gonna peak up at the time you hit it and it's gonna die down throughout the week. We don't want that. We wanna keep that consistent growth going. So what I do on days like glutes or glutes and quads, I'm just gonna incorporate a few sets of hamstrings, or if I'm doing just plain glutes, I'll do some quads and hamstrings like in this video, and then just vice versa. Just to kind of keep the momentum going throughout the week with my muscle growth. I'm gonna go up to 100. And one thing to really keep in mind as well is to keep your muscles under tension. Don't try to use momentum because then you're not properly working out the muscle. Just nice and slow, no rush. We ain't going nowhere. Yo, it's a burning. Whew. Say to just try and get the weight up and to keep on doing reps. I would much rather recommend to not do half reps. But let's say that your goal was to hit 10 of these. Let's say you do 8 reps, drop set that like 10, 20 pounds lower, and then just go for that 10 to 12 they were wanting to hit. This way you're still getting volume with your muscles, but you're not straining them and not just doing half reps. And these were our hamstring curls. So I felt bad neglecting my fellow calves, so we're gonna do some calf raises as well. While we're at it, might as well. Some 35s and see where we get from there. And for once, I'm surprised this was open. I feel like there's always like a freaking wait line, like a wait list to write your name down, and someone just comes and swoops you right after. So, gotta take advantage of this too. And again, same idea. Nice slow reps. We ain't rushing nowhere. The weights ain't going nowhere. This machine's staying right here where it's always been. No point in rushing them. So that felt nice and light. We're gonna add some 10s on there. Let me adjust the angle so you can actually see my calves in action. Yeah, better. For sure. Oh my gosh. I can feel it pressing right up against the quads I just hit, but might never matter. We're gonna get it done. And again, same idea, 10 to 12 reps. Easy, go up. If not, we stay there, we get proper form, then we go up next time. It is officially the end of our workout, and that means 3 things. First up, creatine, can't forget it. I feel like the more consistent I was with taking my creatine, the better the result. Clearly, but second thing is static stretching after workout. You finish training out all of your muscles, you don't want them to tense up. Pigeon pose, but this time we're gonna hold it for a longer amount of time, and we don't have to do the dynamic sway to sway. Do the pose, feel it in your glutes, and we're good to go. And then just another really good glute static stretch. It is the pigeon pose, but then this one kind of gets more on the side. Your foot put over your other leg, and then just bend into it. It's gonna get a nice stretch just right down your abductors as well. Our hamstrings. Just gonna kneel over. Just get a nice stretch in your hams. And then lastly, our quads and calves, and we are done. Okay, switch the ankle so you can actually see what I'm doing, but for a good calf stretch, I just put my foot up against the wall like so, and then lean forward. It's gonna get a nice stretch. One thing to keep in mind as well is when you do this, you don't want to bend forward too much to the point where it's painful almost, but just to the point where you're getting a good stretch. Count how many times I said stretch in this video, comment down below. Now for the third and final thing is the one we've all been waiting for, is the glute pump. Okay, so quick location change, but this is where y'all are gonna come in and do the workout and see the pumps for yourself, because this workout is absolutely killer. Your glutes are going to burn and you're gonna feel it the next day. So this officially concludes our glute day. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment down below if you do this workout and what other exercises and workouts that you wanna see me do next. I have all of my socials posted down below, as well as my one-on-one training under Get Started. I'm gonna give you a workout plan, nutritional guidance, lifestyle change, mindset changes, all of that good stuff. And I can't wait to see you all in the next video.